Hey, good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you all are having a great weekend. I'm having a terrific weekend. And it's freaking cold here. It's cold. I believe we're below zero right now up here in grand old Hartford, Wisconsin. And the wind chill is making it even worse. It's probably minus 10, minus 20. Who knows? It's just freaking cold. I even had to go out and start the gal's car because it's been dormant for a while, and I wanted to make sure that the battery wasn't dead. So got that stuff out of the way. But yes, it's cold. I hope everybody's staying warm on this winter day. I know great parts of the country are actually in this deep freeze right now. So hope you're staying warm. Got the fires going and enjoying family and stuff, and spending a little time with me today. So I appreciate that. I had a good week. The gal is recovering from her surgery a couple of weeks ago. She's not having to spend as much time in the sling as anticipated, so that's good. Her arm was falling asleep a lot, so to be able to get that out of the sling and move it around, but she's doing good. Surgery's healing up nicely. She started physical therapy this week, and that's going well. So I do want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for getting me to 250 subscribers. I hit that mark this past week, and I'm very happy about that. So I appreciate all of you. The fact that 250 folks saw fit to follow my little channel of pretty much, the show about nothing, really, to steal off of Seinfeld there for a second. I appreciate it. And so if we can get to 500, that'd be great. That'd be my next milestone. So thank you very much, everybody, for that. What have I done this week arcade related? Well, I played a lot. I played a lot of games. I've spent a lot of time down here. Been home a lot. This week was probably the first week that I've been back to work, but the 2 days that I was actually home, I was able to sneak down here on breaks and get a lot of playtime in. So I really appreciated that. I did get the Viper board kit from Glenn from GRS. So one of my build-a-cades will be a Viper board. I was thinking about doing that today, but I want to crack it open and look at the parts, and I didn't get a chance to do that. So we're not going to do that live today. What I do have live for you today is if you look at the lower right panel, there is the Joust riser, the Arcade 1-Up Midway Legacy Joust Edition riser. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace that front panel with an LED panel, which is laying there on the table. Done this mod before on my first Joust. I did it, and this is my second Joust. I'm on my second one, and so I'm going to put another lit riser on it. And I've done the mod before. I've done it to my Tron. I've done it to my when I did it to my Tron, I did it to my Atari Legacy, and one other, I think. No, those are the only two I have right now. So Joust will be the third one in the arcade. So let's take a moment to say hi to everybody who's here. Ted Adam Green, always good to see you, my friend. Thank you for showing up and watching. What's going on in the quarter deck? Well, just as you know, I'm on a buying moratorium, so I'm basically trying to find things to do to improve, and I've got some ideas. I haven't really done a hell of a whole lot other than build GRS build-acades lately, and so today's mod will be my first arcade one-up mod in quite a while. So, trying to think up things to do. And I do think I want to replace the joysticks in the Galaga Deluxe, the Pac-Man Deluxe, and the Class of '81 Deluxe. So that's a project I'm looking at doing, is maybe getting Glenn's switchable joystick or switchable gate joystick controller, and getting 3 Sanwas and throwing them in there and doing a replacement. I'll start with one just to see if I can make it work, because I'm not entirely sure that the Glenn's gate switcher works with the Deluxes. I haven't asked him, so if you guys know if it does or not, let me know. Let's see. Danny's here. Good to see you, Danny. Hope you're staying warm. Gramps is here. Gramps Arcade. Hockey Town's here. Good to see you, man. Zero Redux is here. Good morning, Zero. What's Danny saying here? I don't do tournaments, Danny. So no. Okay, so news and notes. Y'all saw this on my community posts, but I did get an email from Joe Zabel about the delay of the shipment of my Build-A-Cade artwork and Nintendo kits to convert them to Nintendo cabinets. And actually, Glenn, I think, intervened for me on my behalf. He was in the show yesterday or last week and watched it, and he reached out to Joe, and Joe reached out to me. So I'm very appreciative of that to Glenn doing that for me. Glenn's just a stand-up guy, and a great company. He owns a great company that does some great things for the arcade community. So support him whenever you can. I'm a big fan of his products, and as you can see behind me, you can see all the GRS Build-A-Cades that I've built so far, and I've got 5 in the hopper. I've got 5 new in-box GRS Build-A-Cades that I haven't gotten to yet. 3 of them are going to be Nintendo style. And the other 2, one has the Frogger artwork, which I have in-house. And then the other one, I'm going to make a driving cab. And so it may be a driving cab. I'm still thinking about that. But that one will be my Vipercade, I think. So anyway, so that's good that I got that order from Joe Zabel coming. Should be here. I know I got a shipping notification, so it should be here soon. Everybody gave me FOMO on Fast and Furious last week. I know I've said I'm on a moratorium right now, but I almost pulled the trigger on a Fast and Furious when last weekend when they were back in stock, and I didn't. I was able to hold some self-control there, and I didn't buy it. So I feel good about that decision. I need to stay calm with the big purchases right now, and build up. I want to build up some cash on hand in the arcade budget, and then we'll start playing. So that'll be when my next purchase occurs. You guys know I have a 4KP on my radar, but not looking to make a purchase anytime soon. So Yeah. Um, Even though I do have a self-declared moratorium on buying cabinets right now, I am getting that itch, and y'all know what that feeling is. You go a while without building something or adding something to your arcade, and you're like, I got to do something. So I'm fighting that right now, but I can feel it. I did make another offer to Synergy on those cabinets, and that didn't go well. So I'm not even worrying about Synergy. I might stop in there in a week or two just to see what kind of Christmas returns they're getting in. It does look like by some of their posts to Facebook Marketplace that they are getting some new inventory in, but it doesn't look to be like inbox stuff. It's all pre-built stuff. So y'all saw the community post I did yesterday about the Legends Mini. So the control panel in that Legends Mini, the original one, the joystick just started really acting up. And I did the control panel test through the settings menu, and the right switch had issues, and so did the top one. Top one had a little bit, but not as much as the right switch or the up switch. So, yeah, I probably could have replaced the joystick alone. And I did take a peek at it, and I did try to blast some air through there just to make sure there wasn't any dust accumulation or anything. And I got some pictures here. Let's share window. So the Legends Mini is up in my office, and you can see the box here. You can see the box here of the Gamer Mini, and it came with a puck and the cables needed to power it and connect it. So I've got this stuff here I'm not even using. I'm not even using the puck. Now, and of course, this is a 6-button control panel as opposed to the or this is an 8-button control panel as opposed to the 6-button that you get with the Legends Mini. So I put it in there. This is the before picture. Yanked out the old one, and then I put a side-by-side comparison of the two. This is the old one right here. This is the new one. So what you got here basically is A, B, and then this button is actually C. And you got X, Y, and this button is actually Z. And then these are two flipper buttons that if you do the control panel test, you'll see they match some of the flipper buttons. So, I took this picture just to point out that with the new control panel, it does accommodate the side pinball buttons. So. And there it is, fully assembled. I've got Time Pilot on there playing. And honestly, I play Time Pilot on this thing a lot. Time Pilot is one of my favorite games. And I think by me always jerking this thing to the right, I probably wore out that contact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on the old control panel, and I'll probably replace the joystick. And then I might see if I can get that working with the puck, maybe play with the puck a little bit, but it's very low on my priority list. So yeah, did that. So that was yesterday, and it took me about less than an hour to do all this. I did take it apart because there was a battery that you see up here or actually you can't see it now because I took it off the screen, but there's a red light indicating battery charging or something, and it went away eventually. It's not there this morning. So it's working and working well. I'm very happy about that. Gramps says Fast and Furious is one of the most played cabs in the arcade. Yeah, I have no doubt. People who have played it and have no nostalgia for the original games report that they generally report that it's a fun game to play. So XXL is the future. I'm not, I'm a wait and see guy. I not impressed so far. So and I almost did this myself because me being a tinkerer and me being a network geek, I wanted to experiment with the network part of linking those two games together. So last weekend, I got to tell you, man, I was well. It's more like I was this close to ordering two. It wasn't like this close because I probably would have pushed myself over the edge if it was this close. But no, but if I would have bought one, I would have bought two just to do the network linking, and then I probably would have wound up selling one later once I got bored and tired of it. Can I get my girlfriend down here to play side by side? Probably not. She doesn't come down here very often. She'll come down every once in a great while to play Miss Pac-Man, but that's it. And it's pretty chilly down here too. I've got a space heater. It's like 58 degrees down here in this basement right now. So kind of chilly. But I do have a space heater, but I don't have it running right now. So yeah, I almost bought two Fast and Furiouses last weekend. You know what? Prince Vinny, welcome, by the way. I was going to have that up, and I was going to put a link in the description, and I didn't do that. Let me... to answer your question, it's Tulsa Arcades. I got to put my eyes on. I can't see. Let's see. So what we want... Let's see. We want... I'm bringing this up now. Bear with me. I don't know if he's got them up anymore. Holy cow. Oh, here it is. Yeah, he's got them. All right. So let me bring that up. Share screen, window. We'll take this off. All right, Prince Vinny. So this is the webpage. It's Tulsa Arcades, to answer your question. I will put the link in the chat. And then I'll also edit the... we're doing this live. There we go. I've put the link in the description. Save. All right, so that's done. But this is the web page for the lit riser panel. Those of you that have Arcade 1-Ups sitting on risers and you want to enhance them a little bit, you can. And Tulsa Arcades gives you that option, and they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. And he has many options. So I won't go through them all, but I'll like if you have the Miss Pac-Man Legacy sitting on a riser, he's got a lit riser for that. I think this would look gorgeous. I wish I'd have kept mine, my Miss Pac-Man that was on the riser, because I would have bought this. To have that LED backlit would have been amazing. But let's say you've got NFL Blitz on a riser. He's got a panel for that. And this center section here is what's backlit. So you basically put LED strips on the panel that's inside your riser, and then they shine through. And you can see the I can't put it up now, but so this is a link. $94.99, regular $122. So they're on sale right now at Tulsa Arcades. It took a while for him to get it to me. I ordered the Joust a few weeks ago when I first bought the second Joust, and he had a fire, so that slowed him down, and I understood. So but it's here now. And it sounds like his production's back to normal. So, you know, if you order one of these, by the way, I have this one. I have the Tempest. And then I have the Tron. Now the Tron's not in this listing. The Tron one is oh yeah, it is. There it is. So there's the Tron backlit riser panel. I thought that riser panel was bigger, but I'm thinking of Star Wars. Star Wars is bigger. So Star Wars has its own. Star Wars and T2 have their own separate listings because they're different size front panels. So that answers your question, I hope. Oh, Hockeytown answered your question too. Great. Yes, I am a self-proclaimed member of Arcades Anonymous. And I say self-proclaimed because I bought it myself. They did not buy this for me. They did not mail it to me. They sent me the links to this stuff, and I went out and bought it because I thought it was good looking. I liked the Arcades Anonymous logo on the front, and then if you look at the back, it says Quarterdeck on it. So. Thumper Squid, good to see you, man. Welcome. I agree with you, Zero. That's true. So if you want to get one of those XXLs from Iconic Arcade Media One Up, go for it. My recollection of being in arcades is that everything was all different shapes and sizes, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you're all about having arcades that match in form factor and size, great. I mean, whatever makes you happy. That's what modding's for too. Synergy has a particular cabinet that I've been wanting to get for quite some time, just to mod. And I've made low offers on it just because all I care about is the cabinet itself, and I was going to reskin it something else, and that was going to be a project cab, but they're not biting, so they want to charge me like $350 for the thing, and I'm like, nope, not happening. Okay, so Tulsa Arcades, and you know, check out Tulsa Arcades store. He has a lot of cool stuff in the home arcade space, mods and stuff, and he's been through a lot in this past year. I mean, he lost his wife, and he had that small fire that hindered his production ability. So if you can, check him out. If you see something that you like that you think you might want to buy, please, by all means, help support one of the smaller contributors to mods in our community, because he's a great guy, and I wish him all the best. So, all right, I don't want to have a long stream today. I've been going pretty long with the GRS builds. You know, that'd be cool. You know, that's an idea. I like what G.I. Joe's doing, but I'm happy with the risers. So I might try one. We'll see. Stock Jock, welcome, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for joining, watching. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Oh, wouldn't you like to know? I was thinking about having it, if I couldn't find a Tron, cabinet to reskin, I was going to make this my Gorf cabinet, but you know, the artwork would obviously be tailored to the Midway style cabinet. But by the way, has anybody done a welfare check on Detroit Love? I mean, is he doing okay, man? I mean, after last night, that's horrible. I was rooting for the Lions, man. I really were. And even though they're the arch enemies of the Packers, in the division. I was really pulling for them. So, but it's not to be. It happens, man. It's playoffs are so much like who's peaking at the right time. That's how playoffs work. And we've seen some in the past. We've seen some wild card teams go all the way. So, uh, yeah, yeah. But I hope Detroit Love's doing okay. I'm sorry, brother. I mean, I I feel your pain, man. I really do. We've been there. The Packers have been there. So, we've had playoff runs where the Packers were expected to go all the way and they're out in the first game. So, we've been there. Okay. So, this mod should not take long at all. Close out a few things here. I do want to take a moment here. You all know Bob Uecker died this past week, and 90 years old. The dude was awesome. He was just a treat to listen to. Those of you that you all know, most of you folks that are outside the Milwaukee metro area, your memories of Bob Uecker are from Miller Lite beer commercials, from even Johnny Carson. Those of you who are there of my age remember him from a frequent visitor to Johnny Carson. He had his show, Mr. Belvedere, and then, of course, the Major League movies. But Milwaukee residents know him as a Milwaukee Brewers broadcaster and radio broadcaster. And he was just a treat to listen to. Whenever I went to a game, I always had a radio with me so I could listen to Uecker's call while I'm sitting in the stadium. So I kind of moved away from baseball in the last decade or so. So I haven't listened. I've listened here and there, but back in the 90s, man, I was listening all the time, and even the 2000s. And he was a great guy, and was battling lung cancer there towards the end. And I just wish the Brewers could have gone further last season for him. And so hopefully they'll dedicate this season to him, and we'll kick some butt. But rest in peace, Bob. Man, you've made a lot of my nights go quick at work. So, and you were hilarious. All right. Okay. Just a bit outside. That's right. Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear on what the Brewers are going to do. A couple folks have made the suggestion that they would like to see him lie in state, like at home plate. He was, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but he was a catcher by trade in his playing days. So the idea was, let him lie in state there for a few hours and let fans just file past him, out of respect. And I would totally be there if that happens. But it's all up to the family, whatever the family wants to do. But I hope that Miller Park, well, not it's American Family Field now. I hope AmFam Park and the Brewers do something special for him. But we'll see. Okay. I'm going to switch. There we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay. What camera do I want to use? All right. I'm going to change my lighting here. Dun, 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 dun. God, it's cold down here. Let me check my temperature gauge. Holy crap, it's 57. It's a lot colder than I thought it was. There we go. Backlight off. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to leave the lighting like this. I'm not going to turn on the house lights. Okay. All right. So what we have here, this is the front of the Joust cabinet right here. And it's good looking, you know, nothing really wrong with it, but you know, I like to spice things up a little bit. So this is what we're going to replace it with. And what you can see here is this is a plexi panel here with artwork etched on it. And I'll turn this around so you can see it. But once you get the LED lights in place, the light's going to shine through this panel here. And here's the back of it. So this is how he puts it together. He's got a piece of plexi here. That's actually two pieces. So the artwork's not printed on the plexi. It's a artwork that he puts in between two pieces of plexi and screws into the panel. So that's how that's built. And then he puts a piece of tape here just to, I don't know why he does that, because it's all screwed in. So all right. So let's get this front panel off. First of all, let's talk about one thing here. I'm going to tilt this up a little bit so you can see. All right, so this is the front. And what you can see here, this panel right here is where we're going to be putting our LED lights. So, and we'll do that once we get this panel off. But you can see here, the top part here is open. So what's going to happen is if you put LED lights here, and you sit the cabinet on top, there's going to be light bleed coming up out of here. And one of the things he didn't do early on was provide this little piece here. This is what we're going to put right there to help block out that light bleed. So he provides this piece now, which is great. Because what I did in the earlier renditions of those is I would cut out a piece of cardboard to size, and then I would put a piece of black Gorilla Tape across, black Gorilla Tape, so that it kind of blended with the color. And so I just want to talk about that a little bit. So we're going to take this existing panel off, and I reuse the Arcade 1-Up screws. He provides 4 screws, but they're kind of tiny. And 2 of them I'm going to use to put that panel in. So that top panel. And I scrambled this morning because I couldn't find the LED kit that I bought for this. Oh, I need to put a link to that as well in the chat, so, or in the description. So I'll do that when we wind things up a little bit. But this is the kit that I use. It's an Amazon link. You buy it off Amazon. It's like I don't know, between 15 and 20 bucks, I think. So what it is it's an LED light strip, but it's in like 3 or 4 pieces, so that you can put like different rows of, without having to kink the lights like I do on the backs of my arcades with that Walmart strip. And it's the recommended strip by JC at Tulsa Arcades to use with this. So, matter of fact, I think it's a part of that webpage. All right, let's take this off. So here's the original panel, and I save these because if I eventually sell these cabinets, I always give the people who bought them the original parts. So if they want to put it back to stock, they can. And you take out the dowels because there's no dowel holes in this replacement panel. Oh, he's got like 2 different drill holes in here, and I poked holes, and I might have put the wrong hole in. So I need to determine which hole I'm going to use. Yeah, I did the wrong one. So let's look at this. What he's done is he's got 2 drill holes here, and I don't know why he did that on all 4 screw locations. So I don't know why, but I pre-poked some holes here. Now the top one looks like it might work. I didn't even check that before I poked these holes. But it is what it is. Oh, I don't want to put this on yet. All right, so I'm just lining up my holes. Yeah, I poked the wrong hole there. It's okay. The ones I poked that are in the wrong place aren't going to show. But it is disappointing. I should have checked that before I so I'm just poking holes here. So essentially I'm using the bottom one on the top screw. And I'm using the top one on the bottom screws. Yep. Okay, so I've pre-poked my holes. Okay. All right, so let's get to work on putting this strip on. Let's see how I want to do this. Well, I'll do it. So this is the panel that we're going to be putting the LED light strip on. Stock Jock, sad to see you don't. Well, I mean, I'm happy that you donated it to a worthy cause, but yeah, I had to let mine go because you all know I had that little period where I had a lot of things happen. So I needed to raise some cash. All right, so we're going to open up this. So they give you a cleaning wipe so you can wipe down the panel if you want. I don't mess with that. Little instruction manual. Here's your remote control. So you get a remote to change the LEDs. Here's your power connector. And then some just some double-sided tape or stuff you can use to affix the wires if you want. I'm just going to put those back in here. Okay. Then you have, these are wire guides with backing. When you run the wire for this, there is like maybe a 1/4 inch space when this sits on the floor that you can run the wire underneath the panel all the way out the back. Now, that doesn't mean you can just move a cabinet around like you want, because you have to be careful of that wire when you're dragging it across the floor. Because what I found was I was yanking the wire and pulling it off of the LED lights. So I had to actually replace the entire LED strip because I did that. So whenever you put this in, it's always good to run the wire as best you can underneath. I'll attach it to the side panel with these clips. I'll run the wire in through these clips just to give it a little stability, and then run it out the back of the cabinet. So just remember that if you're going to do this mod, you just got to be careful moving it around so you're not dragging the wire and putting tension on the actual LED. So here's our power brick. And then here's our actual LED strips. So they're just, you got 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 strips, and then you've got, what these are connectors for each strip. So you'll see as I assemble this how it goes. I think what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to lower the table a little bit, and then because it is easier to apply this thing. All right. I'll raise this up, raise the camera up a little bit. Just kind of a down angle view of the riser so you guys see what I'm doing. Okay. So essentially what we're going to be doing, and there's adhesive backing on each one of these strips. I need more light. All right. So, and you're basically going to do like 3 rows. Now, each one of these connectors, you've got a female end and a male end on each end. So you got to kind of do a layout here of how you're going to do this. And where is the, oh, here it is. So here's your, where your power brick's going to connect to right here. So that's a female. So it would go on this side and run this way. So what I do is and there is dust on here, is I'll go ahead and get these situated, and then I'll map out. Now here's the thing, okay? So let's say your top strip has the female on this side. Well, then that means, so you've got your connector here that means that the male end of the cable is going to have to go to a female end. So you have to flip this around so that the female end of the RGB strip. So you got to pay attention to applying the LED strips so your connections match up. See what I'm saying? I know it's probably kind of hard, but so the connectors are female to male, and the same thing with the strips. So you just got to make sure everything matches up before you lay it down with the adhesive, because you don't want to have to pull this up again and flip it over. So we lay it out that way, and then let's see, over here we have female end here to we have a male, the male of our connector would go this way, and then a female end this way. No, we've already made that connection. So female here to male here. So you're connecting this strip to this strip on this side, and then this strip to the bottom strip on that side. And then your power cable, brick cable, will go here at the very bottom. All right, so I've laid it out. Any questions before I go, Hey, Biggie D, good to see you. All right. So I've got my strips laid out. What I want to do is I want to make sure I line these LED strips up as much as possible with where the panel is going to wind up. So here's my glass or my plexi. I just want to make sure I'm starting the strips where they need to be. Starting and ending. Just so there's enough light distribution behind that plexi. All right, so we're ready to start peeling. And you can center it up as best you can. I might be a little off center, but I don't think I'm by that much. And you just want to evenly space it. We'll peel off the second one. This is one of the mods that I love to do, especially on risers. One thing I wish he would do, I wish he would do one for Dig Dug, because all Dig Dug has is a black panel, black front riser panel. And I would love him to come up with artwork for the black front riser panel. All right, so we center that up. And then last but not least, we'll do our third strip. Hey, Nerd Lounge Master, welcome, welcome. I'm representing today. Got my Arcades Anonymous shirt on. All right, and we'll put our third strip in place. Again, evenly spaced. Try to get as even as possible between the three strips and centered as much as possible. And could I have used a Walmart strip for this? Yes, but then you got to kink it. And that gets tedious and cumbersome when you do that. All right, so let's connect. Let's make our connections. Now, the one thing I didn't point out, I'd have to zoom in to show you, but there's an arrow these strips that that has to match up with the arrow on the connector. So there's an arrow, you can't really see it up close here. There's an arrow on the connector and there's an arrow on the strip. So you have to make sure the arrows match. And we'll do that. So that connection is made. And so the arrow is on the bottom on this middle strip, and so the arrow is going to match it. You just kind of gently work the connector in. Now this is where those clips come in handy. These little wire clips, because you don't want any tension or pressure pulling up the wire. So what I'll tend to do as I'm making these connections is I'll set the cable in place with one of these should have put the wire in first. So I'll put the cable holder in place, and then I'll just seat it. So I put the connector or the wire management holder here. I just let it fall where it's most comfortable and helps keep the wire down. So, all right. I'll go ahead and make this connection. Okay. So again, you got to make sure and this one I got to flip over because the arrows have to match. The arrow on the connector and the arrow on the strip. They have to match. And we'll put another wire management thing in. Yeah, this time I'll be smart and put the wire in first. All right. There we go. Just helps keep that wire nice and neat and down. And then we're going to connect. We're not going to use this cable because you can join multiple sets of these together, I guess, for your purpose, if you want to use these type of style of LED lights somewhere else. But that's a spare wire and we don't need it. What we do need is our power brick connector. And again, an arrow to make it match. Got to make sure those arrows match. Bad things will happen. Okay, another wire management piece. And I'm going to put another one on the other side. Just to add a little more stability. Like I said, this is on Amazon, this LED kit. All right, so we're ready to test it now. I've got my power brick here. Just want to make sure it works. So what I'll do is, this is the bottom of the riser, so I'll just run the wire straight out like this underneath it. I have considered drilling holes through the panels, but I really don't want to drill a hole through the even though it's on the back. That'd probably be a safer method of running that wire, but you've got these feet on the riser that help give it a little breathing space. So it's, oh, I feel it like it's okay to set this on top. So power, I need power. There's power. All right, and then we have our remote. Pull out the battery protector. There we go. We have power. So let's see, we got different colors we can do. Pressing, I'm basically, see if I can get my hand in camera range here. So here's the remote. So basically you've got, you know, it's your basic LED remote. So you've got various colors you can choose. You can dim the brightness if you want. Not sure what that one does. There's auto, so it'll change. If you turn on auto, it'll just cycle through. So for now, I think we'll just go with yellow and we'll turn it off. We can turn it back on. This strip is a little different. That's interesting. Or for the yellow color, it's a little off. Fascinating. All right. So that's the strip installation. Any questions on the strip installation? Again, I can put a link. Let me find it. Let's see, browser, Amazon, orders. See if I can find, I ordered it a while ago, so might not be in my recent Amazon orders. Here it is. All right, I'm going to drop a link here in the chat. So that's the link for the LED lights. I'll go ahead and edit the post while I'm thinking about it and throw that link out there too. Save that. Okay. All right, so the link's in the chat and the description. But again, we're basically connecting this strip to this strip and this strip to this strip and then to our power. So I think we're ready to attach the panel itself. make sure I get the right one in. Just going to get them started here. Okay, that one's going in, that one's going in. All right, so 2 are started. Okay. All right. Be funny if I put this on upside down. No, just kidding. It wouldn't be funny. Just, you know, if you guys do this mod, just make sure you're lining up your holes before you start poking holes in it. There's 2 holes there. I didn't know that. I didn't remember that. I don't even know if it's on my Tempest or my Tron. All right, so the panel's installed. One thing I want to do first is on the old panel, we have the 2 feet here, the one on this side and one on the other side. So we're going to pull those, and we're going to put it on the new one. And I need my pliers for this. So I'm going to pull. Gently pull. Them out. And they're fighting me. Come on out there, buddy. There. Whew. All right, so I've got the feet out. I'll just kind of line it up with the... Okay. So we're putting the feet not perfect, but it'll serve our purposes. All right, so let's do a little test, eh? We know the LED light works. All right. Now the piece of resistance, turn this light off here, just so you get a better view. There we go. So, you know, you could change the colors and you could find one that looks better to you. Like there's green, you can even change it to green. But obviously you want to make the artwork pop. And for that, I just set it to white. You know, you could do yellow too. Yellow would be good too. Maybe I'll do yellow. Yeah, yellow looks more, it pronounces the artwork better. Well, you know, yellow strips the blue out and white enhances the blue. So, but I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it at white. And you can change the brightness too. So that's it. We do have a couple of things we're going to do still though. Hockey Town, I am going to try one, I promise, but I don't know when. Like I said, I'm actually a fan of risers. They help with cabinet stability. So, you know, these deluxes are great. I like the riserless deluxes. But I'm also a fan of the risers, so I can go either way. All right, now I talked about running the cable. Okay, let me turn this light back on. All right, so what you want to do, you need to have room on the back side, but I want to provide as much cable stability as I possibly can. So I'm going to lower the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Excuse the camera shake. All right, so what I want to do is route the cable using those cable management pieces. I actually have 2 left. And I have more from other mods stuffed somewhere. So I kind of want to put one there on the other side. If I can get the cable to go in. All right, so all right, so we'll give it. So I've attached one of these wire management things on the other side of this panel just to give it a little stability. And then I have one more. Do I have another one over here? I might want to use another one. Yeah, I have plenty more. Oh my goodness. I got a whole pile over here of these. Okay. We'll put it there on the inside. And I'm going to put another one here. Now, I got these from my Walmart LED kits that I put on the back of cabinets. I usually wind up having extra, and I save them. I don't know about you, but I tend to save all my parts. Well, this one's been used before. It's garbage. All right, so we'll take that out. All right, so I've got two pieces here holding the cable in place, and hopefully that will help with dragging if you ever drag the cable. When I move these cabinets, I tend to take them off with the riser and then move the riser first, especially if I have one of these lit riser panels, just so I'm not tugging on this wire. So this is going to go out the back, and then, okay. All right, so I'm going to adjust the camera here. Yes, they do, Hockey Town. They do make them pop. So let's see. I'm going to go to this view temporarily while I adjust. Okay. Okay, so this is the home of Joust. This is its slot. And I'm going to grab the riser. Now you see my well, you probably can't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, I got my Pong power here in the way. So, all right. So what I need to do is I need to be careful about setting this on this cable. I need to make sure it sets right there. So I need to flip it over. And I just need to route that cable out the back. All right, push my riser in so it's flush. All right. Now I need to give it power. I've got my massive power strip in the back. Okay, so I'm okay there. I've got an available port right there. That's great. Of course, I've got another cabinet plugged in there. Shoot. I'm going to figure out my power situation. That should work. All right. Make sure it works. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? You see, this is what I'm talking about. See the light bleed from the top there? Right here. We got to fix that. Did not put the board that Tulsa Arcades provides in yet. So let's get that done. I'm going to turn that off. So we have this panel. We have this panel here. And this is just going to help block out that light bleed. And it just screws right into, he's got pre-drilled holes already. You don't need to over tighten it, just enough. All right. All right, so that should help. Now let's turn it back on. There you go. No light bleed. As I said, I had a pretty kludgy situation, you know, whenever, before he did include these in the kits. I used to just put a piece of cardboard across there with a black Gorilla tape so that it kind of matched up. So if you look on my Tron, that's how the Tron is done, but you don't even notice it. All right. I'm going to back up the camera a little bit. And we'll get the cabinet into place. All right. Plug in the cabinet. And my LEDs on the back here. It's already set to the color I want. That's good. I think I might set that to yellow. All right. Can't really see the full picture. Excuse my camera shake. I wish I could get the whole thing in there. Back it up. So I've already done the Buy Stuff 19-inch mod. So I've got that. I've got the riser panel mod now. And it looks gorgeous. It does. Not going to lie. And that's it. We're done. We are done. What do you guys think? Well, how's it look? Okay, spare parts. Stepping on power cables all over the place here. All right. Now, I had thought about doing something else today, but you know what? I'm thinking no, and that's build this Frogger GRS Build-A-Cade. I'm all set up to go with that. I just don't think I'm equipped or built today to do it. Just not feeling it, so to speak. So we'll do that for another time. Oh, somebody wants to join a game. Holy crap, somebody started a game on Joust. Oh, hang on. Well, now I gotta rise to the challenge now, right? I'm just sitting there. I'm gonna turn off lights. Is that one of you guys that joined that? All right. Whoops. So somebody's playing me here. Ah. Whoops, sorry. Ah. I don't know who's playing me, but if it's one of you guys. Ah. Oh well. So whoever that was that joined that game, I am off tomorrow. I might do an extra stream tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, Hockey Town, I do need to ask him about doing a dig dug. All right. And he's playing again, whoever that guy is. Well, he's playing by himself right now. It's pretty cool that you can do co-op mode and Joust online. It's pretty cool. I'm going to turn that audio down. All right. Well, yeah, maybe I'll do Frogger tomorrow. We'll see. I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow. So other than watching the inauguration, maybe. So if you guys keep your ears to the ground and your eyes to the YouTube browser, and if you get a notification from me that I'm going live, well, if you want to join, great. Well, I'll think about it. Nothing's for sure. That's it for today, guys. I'm going to keep it short today because I'd like to. The gal is home because she's not working because of her injury, and so I'm going to go spend some time with her, and we're going to figure out what we want to do and all that. So I do appreciate everybody. Joining today, watching. Short one today, but you know we got that Joust riser in, so I'm pretty happy. Lots of more GRS build-a-cates to build. Frogger being next. I'm ready to do that one, and then I've got the Viper board in, so we'll get that one built. Hopefully sometime soon as well. I'm curious to see if this thing came with any sort of instructions or if I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants, and I can probably figure it out. So we'll see. That should be fun. We might do that live just to make it interesting, or I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it live or just record it and edit it together. But thanks, guys, as always, for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is a big week. We get a new president, so tomorrow, and I'm still thinking about all those people out in California putting up with the wildfires. Gosh, I hope that that situation calms down out there sometime soon. I know the Santa Ana winds are going to kick up again here this week. So hopefully they'll get that stuff under control. But until next weekend, folks, I want you all to stay safe and have a great week, okay? And remember, until then, I got next.